Hello everybody, this is toysareruss, and for this third-party figure showcase and review we're going to be looking at the Pangu Toys Commander. This is PT01G, which, to be honest, as you can already tell, it's obviously an Optimus Prime figure, but it's also an oversized knockoff of a already third-party figure, so I wouldn't even know what to class that. So basically this is exactly that. So this was a legend scale figure made by Magic Square, which of course is a third-party company not licensed by Hasbro or Takara, because it transformed, and then Pangu Toys went and got the mold, copied it exactly, and then oversized it, and we've got this enormous figure in front of us. And again, hopefully I'm going to be able to give you a bit of idea of just how big this is. So there is your Earthrise Optimus Prime. There is your Generation 1 Optimus Prime, just about fitting on the back. For a bit of fun, we've got the Doctor Wu Optimus Prime right there. I've got a New Age Road Ranger. What else have I got knocking around? I've got quite a few. I've got obviously the Earthrise Prime in robot mode as well. I haven't managed to get this guy into alternate mode, unfortunately. He's just crazy difficult and it'll take a couple of days. But there is MP44, the toy deco, as well. So as I say, it's a huge figure. I am going to of course do loads of comparisons in robot mode as well, to give you an idea of how big he is. This is the Energon axe that came with him. This is the Energon axe that came with the missing Link figure. So let's have a look at it. To be honest, it's not too bad. Now I need to thank Aaron Cummings because he's lent me this to do a review on, and also you guys, if you want to get this is on Show Z right now for $100. So if you don't mind your figures, if you just want something, I suppose, as a centerpiece, something to stick, exactly that. So it's not as big as the Lewin, which was of course another huge KO Optimus Prime, but it's more than big enough. So we've got some translucent blue windows at the front. We've got some nice painted. This is cheaper than the other one as well, by the way. There's no electrics on this. I've seen a video on another Pangu Toys a bit back. There's no electrics on this, unfortunately, or batteries, and the Matrix hasn't got anything in either, which we'll have a look at in a second as well. But there are all the wheels are on all individual pins. These do go around no problem whatsoever, to be honest. Now you can, I've got to lift this up because otherwise it'll scratch all the surface. You can take the wing mirrors out, and you can, if you wanted to, you can open the door, but unfortunately there's nothing in there at all. That's just his fist, and there's just other parts of the actual vehicle there as well. The smokestacks do go up and down, and if I'm being completely honest, the back doesn't fit together. Ideally it does sometimes pop up, which you can see there. I think it's because it was quite difficult with the original, to be honest. It was quite difficult with the Magic Square version. It's even more difficult, even though this is oversized. It's even more difficult than that. What happens is this tab here tends to pop out of there. However, though, as you can see, it does tab together at the back no problem, which again, I had a few problems with the Magic Square one doing that. I just, honestly, I'm really struggling to reach around the camera to even grab this. This is huge. I've got the box, I've got the packaging, I've got everything to show you as well. I just thought I'd start off with the alternate mode, because although it's okay, it's still impressive, it still looks great. I can't imagine, again, unless you're buying a couple of these, that you're going to be displaying this in this particular mode. The robot mode is far more impressive. It's much more, I suppose, shelf presence, or shelf, commands exactly that. It looks really good. I just think that I've covered everything on here now. If apart from some Optimus Prime figures, let's just bring in some other figures to give you again idea of scale and size. So there's your long deluxe drag strip. Here is your Voyager class, of course Starscream. Oh, I've lost a Norway. And as I say, I suppose that's pretty much it. I don't know if it's classed as Titan size. I'm going to put him next to a Titan anyway when he's back in robot mode. But there is the alternate mode of Pangu Toys Commander. I'm going to very quickly show you the instructions as well. So these are pretty difficult, I'm not going to fib. If I can get somebody to perhaps film me, I'm going to be able to do the transformation process for him as well. But again, just a reminder to anybody who's thinking of having this and haven't got it uploaded just yet, if you've got the Magic Square and you don't mind the transformation process for the Magic Square, it's identical to that. Right, that's enough of him in this mode. Let's have a look at him. In fact, let's have a look at the packaging and everything that comes with him, and then we'll look at the alternate mode. Okay then, let's have a look at the packaging, and I think this is the easiest way to do it, to be honest. I've tried behind the camera and it just doesn't fit on screen. So this is the huge box. It's borderline Titan size box. It's got some beautiful artwork on it, which you can see. It goes all the way around, it wraps around, it's lovely. You've got a product image there of the robot that you are going to see in a second. In fact, you can probably see he is there ready to have a look at the robot mode. There again is some product images. The interesting thing is though, that's the first Pangu. That's the animation version, which has got obviously the white legs and all the electronics in it, whereas this is the toy deco. So it comes in this particular box here. It comes packaged in giant polystyrene. I've shown you a little bit, I suppose, of the accessories, but if I hold them in my hands, you'll get an idea of just how big these are. So he's got the orange energon axe, he's got the matrix, he's got the large blaster, which again, unfortunately, doesn't have the batteries or the thing. It's still got the LED, I think, in, and it's got the. It just sounds loose. It sounds like rattly because obviously it doesn't light up and you can't use it like that. I don't know if this is a Shozy exclusive, but it came packaged in the back. It is a blue energon axe as well. So to be honest, the packaging is good. It is a really big figure. But now, as I say, without further ado, there he is in his robot mode. In fact, what I'll do very quickly before I jump back behind the camera again is if I sort of give you a life size idea of how big he is. So there you go, that's him there, holding him into my hands. He's massive. Let's have a look at him then right now in the robot mode. So this is the robot mode. In honesty, I'm gonna have to do this in stages just because he's too big for me to show you everything that is to go with him. As I say, if I put, you can't even see, there's G1 Optimus Prime in the missing link. Yeah, he's not even on screen. So let's show you the top part of his torso, which to be honest, it is impressive. As I say, it is great. It's just, again, I've mentioned this before, I'm going to mention it again. It is the Magic Square oversized it's an oversized version of that. So the head is brilliant. You've got full articulation on it. It will spin all the way around. It can look up and down as well. You can even move these on the side of the head. The only thing that's a shame is, again, remember I said that there's no electronics in this, so his eyes don't light up at all, unfortunately. The arms, these will go right out to the side. They're on ratchets still, which is really good. These will come down again. If you wanted to, you can extend the smokestacks, but because he's in robot, I've just put them down. You can then spin these all the way around like so. There is articulation and swivel at the shoulder, swivel at the bicep, as well as a bicep flexion. The fingers on the hands are super articulated down to the fingertip, the knuckle, and yeah, right up against the hand, so the metacarpal. Right, then if I spin it round, this is the only major issue that I'm finding. There you go, straight away with this figure. It's just getting everything, I suppose, to sort of hold together. But I don't imagine many people are going to be playing with this. Again, unless I'm wrong, guys, let me know in the comments. I think this is more, as I say, of a centerpiece, something on show. I think it looks great. It's just not the great to play with because this comes off. The hip skirts on the back are brilliant. I'm going to show you the waist swivel and everything in a second. And it tucks away quite neatly. There's nothing really, no huge gaps, which again is very, very clever. Also, you've probably not noticed until I've said this now, there's no wheels visible anywhere, and of course he's got all 6 wheels. They're just all very cleverly tucked away, and of course they've obviously got Magic Square to thank for that. Right, there is also a waist swivel there which spins around no problem. There is a genuine ab crunch as well. That is an ab crunch which is built in. It is nothing to do with transformation, it is an ab crunch. Then I suppose we can do this. We can open up the chest like so. We can open up this part here, and then the matrix, which we've got here, this will fit. Is there a specific way for it? I'm not too sure. That'll go in there anyway. You could, of course, put it in his hands, no problem whatsoever, because he's got super articulated fingers. So if you wanted to, you could put it in his hands like so. I'm just going to pop it back in there. It doesn't matter by the looks of it which way you put it. That'll close up, and then this will also close up together as well. So that looks great. Right, let's see how we can do this. I'll try and get it all in one take, guys, then do some other, I suppose, size comparisons in a sec. So if we come down to the waist height, the waist, and I suppose the top of the legs, you already saw on the back there's hip skirts on the back, so there is the same These do move, and the ones on the side as well. If I move this out of the way, this is also on a hip skirt, so you can take the legs right out to the side past the point of the splits, and the same, there you go, see how it moves with it, the same at the front. It'll go all the way up, it'll go all the way back. This will move as well, so you could, if you wanted to, I can't show you it because it doesn't fit on camera, on screen, you could do the splits. That's the ab crunch there, you can start to see. There's a swivel on the top of the thigh, there's a swivel, there's a knee bend on ratchets. That's it. Let's bring the camera down a little bit more. And oh, I thought he was going to tip over then because he just looked like he was rocking about. Right, so let me come down to the feet. This I just need to quickly readjust. That is obviously the back of the truck when he's in his robot mode. So we come down to the feet, and in honesty, look, there's a tilt, there's a rock, there's a swivel, there's a bend, it's so articulated in the feet. It's really, really good. And you know, it looks like he's struggling to stand up, but he's not. I've heard people say that he's quite loose. Mine isn't loose apart from the back bit, which you saw. The back bit was loose. That was the only actual issue that I had. Right, size. I'm going to do some more in a second. I'll probably put some at the end. There's your missing link. What have we got here? There's your Holiday Optimus Prime. This, I suppose, is the important one. And again, apologies for not having him in truck mode. It just takes ages. There is your MP44. So MP44 is not even up to his crotch. Can't think of another word, unfortunately. He's up to about the top of his thigh. So there is your Earthrise Prime as well. You know, funny enough, as I say, typically I've not got the actual magic square, but I've got the New Age one. He's called David. He's coming up to about his shin. Then what else have we got here? Let's have a quick look around. There we go. Here's the core class. There's the core class Optimus Prime, getting even smaller and smaller still. This is the Takara World's Smallest. If I do this carefully, if I hold out the fingers, I'm sure he can hold him. Yep, there you go. Zero issues with that. That is the Takara World's Smallest there. And again, there is the top of MP44, just to give you an idea of how big he is. I'm going to try and bring in a Titan for you now again, because I've said he's about as big as a Titan. So let me readjust this station to bring a Titan in. So not too far off in honesty. This is obviously Tidal Wave. If I just carefully take him back there, Tidal Wave looks to be a little bit wider, a little bit broader, which was making him look much taller, but he's not that much taller. He is, yeah, fractionally, only fractionally, and I think that's just because of the top of his head, as I say there. So I'm going to pop Dr. Woos up there again for you. I'm going to also again just bring in, just to see if you can see. No, there's MP44. That's as high as he gets. So this guy, as I say, this guy's giant. And as I mentioned in one of the other sections of the video, $100, you know, 84 pound, I think, in the UK. It's a crazy price for something that I'm going to say this good, to be honest. And it would sort of, again, I wish that like Hasbro or Takara would take the inclination, maybe even just to take a simple mold, maybe like the core one. There's obviously a market for these giant figures. There's the Lewin figure, which came out before this, which again is huge, and that's a rip-off of MP10, I believe. This figure, giant figures, for some reason, especially Optimus Prime, even though I've said with the Titans, or the Titans coming to an end, with an Optimus Prime, people I think are always going to want one as well. Funnily enough, I've got MP1. Let me just grab him and pop him here as well. So this is probably my favourite Masterpiece Optimus. I like the Toy Deco one, but this guy is just bigger. He's, again, it's probably because of the shelf presence, to be honest, but you can see he is, again, way taller than MP1. That was the first Masterpiece Prime before they doctored him numerous occasions. And obviously we're on the third one now already. What I'm going to do, though, I'm just going to move Tidal Wave quickly out of the way, and I'm going to try and show you this. I say try, I probably should have had a practice at it before we did this. So here is his giant Energon axe. What it looks like you do is it looks like you open up his hand. We have the fingers wrapped around it. It looks like this is just going to slot into there. Jinxed myself, like so. That is, now if I move the fingers down, yeah, move the fingers down, slot this over there, and now slot this. It will do, I'm sure it will do. That's better. No, I've got that upside down. So if I get it ready, this is how, again, it's just giant. It's obviously not too difficult if it's right in front of you. I know this is right in front of me, but I am reaching over a camera, etc. On a stand in a display. Have I put that the right way around? I don't think I have now. Let me see. No, I have. I've got that the wrong way round, so I need to slot it in, do I? I told you I should have had a practice of this before we went live with it. Let me just take this off, move the fingers, and work out how this goes in, because that's the most important. This does, there you go, it slots in that way, guys, so you can obviously learn from my mistakes. There we go, that slots in. This is now going to come over the top. No, I did that a second ago and got it wrong, and I nearly got it wrong again. Right, why am I struggling so much with this? You'd think that I wouldn't, but clearly I am. That's better. There you go. Right, that's obviously what we're after. All the people who've got this and all the people who knew exactly what I was doing wrong are probably saying, what's he doing? Why has he got that so easily mixed up? But there, I wanted to, again, whenever I do my reviews, I do them as realistic as I can. So you can see if I start to struggle, then that's where it is. This, funnily enough, I just thought maybe this is now going to show what they're on about with the joint. No, he's holding that absolutely fine. It's still, for me, just the back that falls down. That looks really cool, and you can't see it, but on the back there's the beautiful reflection of the translucent plastic. So there you go. He holds that, zero problems on his hands. I just had a bigger issue getting it on, to be honest. I'm going to take that apart though now. And to be honest, I'm pretty much going to round it up on here, as I say, for the money, for what you're paying. I think he looks great. He's got all the little features that you want. He's got, as I say, he's got the blaster, he's got his Energon axe, he's got his matrix in his chest, and he's fully articulate. He is masterpiece level articulation, and as I say, that's pretty much, I think, all most people would want to know. It's a great figure for the price, and again, this is very, very cheap at the moment as we speak. So there you go. Remember, ratchets in there, which is good. Ratchets in the knees, not too bad. Shame there's no electronics, but I imagine that was the much more expensive one anyway. But there you go. I'm just going to round it up there. This was the Pangu Toys Toy Deco Commander. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Take care.